Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never tuned in before, I'm your host Steve, and it's a react show to the Game of Thrones. So I'd never seen an episode before. I was on my own in lockdown, so I started watching it and I'm absolutely hooked. It is the best series ever and I'm loving it. I basically don't think about anything else. Last time we watched Home, which was the second episode of season 6, and Jon Snow came back to life. Oh, so exciting. I'm glad he didn't turn into a walker, because that would have been a real bummer. So last episode we saw Bran back in it again. I'd kind of forgotten about him a bit, and he's kind of had a vision. He was back at Winterfell when his father Ned was still quite young. It was a really, really sweet scene. He didn't want to leave, and we saw Hodor as well, speaking as well. So I don't know what's happened to him in his sort of around, I don't know, it must have happened around that sort of time, but something dramatic must have happened to him to stop him from sort of speaking. So that was really nice to see, but we didn't see much of Bran, to be honest, and he kind of returned back again when he woke up, and then that was kind of it really. So, but I think there was a mention that there was a war coming and he was going to be involved in that, so that should be quite cool. We had a quick scene of Arya again. Obviously she's blind now and begging on the streets, and the waif, I think her name's the waif, came along and beat the crap out of her with a stick again. And then just as she was trying to retaliate, Jagan Hagar grabbed hold of the staff, and said, I gave her a test, I think. He said that he would feed her if she admitted that she wasn't no one, or that he would give her shelter, and then he said he would give her sight back, and she said that she was no one. And then he said, follow me, so she's now following him, I guess back to the House of Black and White to carry on her training, I guess. But I hope she does get her eyes back, because I don't want her blind for the rest of the season, that'd be horrible. Also, Tyrion, bless him, he went down and he'd had a few too many to drink, I think, and had the idea of releasing the dragons. So he went down into the catacombs and unchained the dragons. But it was one of the best scenes, probably in my top 10 scenes. I absolutely loved that scene. It was brilliant. It was Tyrion at his absolute best. It's when he said, "Don't eat the help." That was brilliant. Oh dear, that was a great scene. And also we had a horrible scene with Ramsay. Basically killing his father, which, alright, don't really care about that, but it was done in quite a shocking... They do this in Game of Thrones, don't they? They just kind of kill a character off, almost like a sideshow. It's not even that important, but I thought that was a really important scene. And then the horrible thing was he got, I can't remember his mother's name, but and she just had a baby boy, and he took her down to the kennels and then proceeded to set the dogs on her and the baby, which was horrible. I mean, that guy is lower. He's lower than low. It was horrible. I didn't even want to watch. I got such anxiety with that scene. It was absolutely awful. So I knew what was coming. It was absolutely horrible. So now Ramsay thinks I think he can take on the whole North now. So I'm really hoping he gets his soon. I really do, because he's starting to get on my nerves a little bit now. So yeah, we'll have to see on that. We had a bit of Sansa and Theon, and Theon's decided he wants to go back home. And back at his home we saw Lord Greyjoy get thrown off of a bridge by his younger brother, who's a new character I haven't seen before. So now there's going to be a battle for who's going to be his successor, and I think Theon, this is my theory, Theon's going to get back and he might challenge for that. Again, the problem is I don't know how far away these places are. If anyone knows of a link that I've got a really good map, I need at least an A2, I would say, or an A3 minimum, but I need every place labelled clearly, because the one I got from Amazon, it didn't really have, the writing was so small and faint you couldn't see anything. So if anyone knows of a good map that I can get, please let me know, because I really do want to get a big map and put it up in my room, because I need to know where everywhere is. I mean, I'm on season 6 now, and I couldn't even tell you where the Vale is, I couldn't tell you where Dawn is, I've got no idea where these places are, and I'm into season 6 now, so I really should know. So if you know of anything, yeah, let me know. Anyway, cracking on. In King's Landing, Marcella's body was in the sort of chapel of rest, I guess, and Jaime and Tommen were stood over it, because Tommen had stopped his mother, Cersei, from coming to the actual sort of ceremony, I suppose. It wasn't really a ceremony, but he didn't want her there because he feared that she would get taken again by the High Sparrow. And then who should come in? The High Sparrow. And I don't know why he did that, because he was almost like just gloating about... There was no purpose for him to be there. Obviously Jaime nearly lost it and put his hand on his sword to kind of... I don't know, I guess he was going to kill him, but then all the High Sparrow's sort of henchmen all sort of appeared from all the different nooks and crannies from the room. How they got in there, I don't know. And how long have they been in there? Because I didn't see them come in. They must have been in there for ages. And I really don't think Jamie's going to take it. I really don't. I really want the High Sparrow to kind of get what he deserves, basically. Because I don't like the way that they just boss everyone around. I just don't like it. So at the wall we had and so at the wall we had Davos with a few of the loyal people to John trapped up in a room with a ghost, and Thorn the arse was trying to get his way in there, and he said, "Oh, you'll all have free pass, you know, I'll let you all go," which we knew wasn't going to happen. And just when they started hacking the door down, suddenly there's a big booming sound coming from the sort of the front gate, and in burst a giant with all the wildlings, which it was fantastic. I loved that scene. And everyone put their swords down apart from one dickhead that fired a crossbow at the giant, and he just grabbed hold of him and just used him like just hit him against the wall and splattered him, which was brilliant. And then Thorn and what's his name, Ollie, tried to make some sort of attack, but that didn't last very long. So they've been locked up now in the cells. As far as I'm concerned, they can stay there. And then right at the end, we had Davos approached Melisandre and said he really wanted her to at least try and bring John back, even though she'd never done that before. She tried, she really tried, but nothing happened, and they all walked out and shut the door, and it was just Ghost and the body of John in the room. And Ghost suddenly picked his ears up, because obviously dogs are a lot more sensitive to sort of things like that. And the camera zoomed in on John, and I was sat there like, what's going to happen? And he suddenly just went like that, and I knew if I'd had anything in my hand, it'd have been thrown in the air, I swear, 'cause it completely caught me out. So that's kind of where it's left now. So I'm really hoping that this episode they're going to have more John now, because I need to know what's happening. I have to know. So now on to my quick loves and hates from the past 2 episodes only. In my loves, so at number 3 is, and I know it's the first time he's ever been in my top 3, is Theon. I know, right? Just because of what he's done for Sansa, he's really helped her. It was a massive step for him to do what he did, huge step, and he even was prepared to sacrifice himself as well when they'd crossed over the river. They should have used a bridge like everybody else, but anyway. Theon's in my definite top 3 this time. And at number 2 is Davos. I've always loved Davos anyway, but he's really stepped up to the mark in these last couple of episodes. He's taken care of John, tried everything he can to try and get him back, and he was basically the only thing that was stopping all the crows from getting in. So Davos is definitely my number 2 this week. And my number 1 this week, without fail, is Tyrion. It's got to be Tyrion. I'm loving the role that he's got now, when he's kind of like head of Marine. And what he did with those dragons, absolute classic scene. I love it. And I'm loving Tyrion and Varys back together again. It's one of the best twosomes that we've had on the show. Oh, it's brilliant. So yeah, I can't wait to see more of that. And my hates at number 3, there's not enough spaces actually, to be honest. There's only 3, but it needs to be about 5. But anyway, my number 3 is High Sparrow. I've never liked him. I'm not a religious person, to be quite honest. I'm not an atheist. I mean, this is a whole new show we're talking about now. I'm not necessarily an atheist, but I'm not that kind of weird, kind of religious kind of thing. So yeah, he and I think him doing that when Marcella's body was there and they were, trying to have that moment of silence with her, to come in and give it like the big I am, that was bollocks. That was absolute bollocks. I hated it. And then bringing all his henchmen with him as well. I didn't see what the purpose was of that. I don't know why he was there. I don't know why he confronted Jamie. No idea at all. Although I did like it when Jamie said, well, what am I going to do for all my sins? And he ruled off all his sins. There's nothing you could say about that. He didn't try and arrest him or anything, because he hasn't got the balls, basically. So I'm hoping he gets his what's the word? Is just desserts a thing? Or was that really, really old-fashioned? Anyway, I hope he gets it, whatever it is. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Number 2 is Thorn. I hate him so much. I really do. Trying to get everyone out of that room as well. I mean, what did he honestly think for 1 second they were going to step out of the room? Yet people with crossbows stood everywhere. So there was no way they were going to come out. He literally can't see past his own sort of stubbornness with regards to the wildlings. I know for thousands of years or whatever, no wildlings have come through, but this is a different situation now. So he couldn't even just see that for what it was. Oh, I hate him. Actually, can't stand him. And if I could, I'd have had Theon. Jesus. And if I could, I'd have had Thorn stroke Ollie as the same person, because they're equally arseholes as far as I'm concerned. And number 1 is Ramsay. Oh God, that guy is. Do you know when Joffrey? I mean, I hated Joffrey more because Joffrey was just. I can't even describe. There was nothing about Joffrey that I liked at all. I just hated every scene that he was in. I hated it. But with Ramsay, he does come up with some funny lines every now and then. He's got a lot more to him, a lot more depth to him, I think. But what he did in that last episode, man, that was horrendous. I really hope and pray he doesn't get Sansa or Theon now. I hope he just tries to concentrate on trying to take the North, because he hasn't got a chance of doing that. At least I don't think so anyway. So yeah, mainly for that last episode, he's my absolute number 1. If you like Game of Thrones, please subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell and all that malarkey. That's done. And yeah, let's crack on with episode 3, which is Oathbreaker. Have they not already had an episode called Oathbreaker? Or was it called Oathkeeper? It was Oath something. It was when Jaime gave his sword to Brienne. I'm sure it was called Oathbreaker. Oathkeeper. I don't know. But anyway, this is Oathbreaker. Oathbreaker, no idea really, to be honest. I don't know. Perhaps it's to do with Melisandre. Don't know. I'm not sure. It's a bit vague on this one. But yeah, so let's crack on with it anyway. I can't wait. I'm so excited about season 6. The first 2 episodes have been amazing. So let's crack on to it. This is episode 3, season 6. See you in a minute.
There are no men like me.
Hello. Oh my God, Davos. Oh man. Oh God, I've got chills. Alright, bit of John Bottom there. Ghost eyes, man. How messed up must that be? Look. Oh my God. I think she's as shocked as anyone.
Remember, they stabbed me.
I can't believe John's back. Oh my God.
Put a knife in my heart. I shouldn't be here.
It's true.
The lady brought you back.
After they stabbed you, after you died, where did you go? What did you see?
Nothing.
Nothing. There was nothing at all.
That's twice she's asked that now.
The Lord let you come back for a reason. Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
You were dead. And now you're not.
I did what I thought was right, and I got murdered for it. And now I'm back. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, and go straight up to those arseholes that stabbed you. I'll be straight in their face.
They think you're some kind of god. The man who returned from the dead.
I'm not a god. I know that.
I saw your pecker. What kind of god would have a pecker that small?
Oh man. I love him. I don't know his name, but I love him.
Is that still you in there? I think so.
Are you alright?
He's so rubbish, isn't he?
Yes, I'm fine.
C. They're spelled different, but they sound the same.
They do.
Are you going to be sick?
Oh man! Alright. I've got a really bad gag reflex.
The Citadel doesn't admit women. There won't be a place for you there. Half a little Sam.
So, if we're not going to Old Town, where are you taking me?
To my home. Hornhill. but my mother's a kind woman and my sister's lovely. They'll take care of you both.
Shouldn't you have said this first?
I go too. That's what you said.
You should have told her that before. She looks different. She had her lips done.
The only one who ever has.
She had her lips done. She's like,
If you think it's for the best, we trust you.
look, her lips are done. Oh, God. Oh, Sam. Oh, that reminds me of Ned. Who is that?
That's my father.
Oh, it was Ned. Oh, dear.
Beside him is Howland.
I didn't know it was a flashback.
Lord Stark.
I looked for you on the Trident.
And we weren't there.
The Mad King is dead. Rhaegar lies beneath the ground. Why weren't you there to protect your prince?
Our prince wanted us here.
Where's my sister?
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come. And now it begins.
Oh, we know who wins.
He's better than my father. My father beat him. I know he did. Heard the story 1,000 times.
What?
He stabbed him in the back.
That was an amazing fight, though.
What's in the tower? Father!
Whoa.
He heard me.
Maybe he heard the wind.
What's in that tower? I want to go back there.
I was waiting for you.
I don't want to be you.
You won't be here forever. You won't be an old man in a tree. But before you leave, you must learn.
There's so many of them. Can I have that necklace?
أنا تشوريكم كالي.
No, shut up.
شلاكيرا. أنا بين السراك ميارا داك شرس للشون. أنا شركم خالي فيجفنا. هديران ماكشون. بس كويا جنون.
I don't know how you stand it in all that leather.
If you're going to torture me, just call them back and get on with it.
I am not a torturer. My job is to find the right answers. That's all right. I know who you are and what you've done. And you've helped the sons of the Harpy murder the Unsullied and the Second Sons.
You won't torture me, you'll just threaten my son.
Children are blameless.
If I tell you anything, they'll kill me.
There is a third option, though. A ship leaving tomorrow for Pentos. I've already booked passage for a woman and her young son. I'll even throw in a bag of silver to help you start again. The boat sails at dawn. You need to decide now.
Oh, Varys, what do you like?
What should we do while we wait? What would you be talking about if I weren't here?
Patrol. When I am going on patrol with the Unsullied, what we see on patrol, who we capture on patrol.
That's good. That's very good.
I was busy learning who funds the Sons of the Harpy, some things you can't rush.
You found out?
The good masters of Astapor and the wise masters of Yunkai, with help from their friends in Volantis.
So we will fight them?
Possibly.